see my brother, my bad sister. Tell me when you're gonna go live.
I am going live as we speak.
Yep, you gotta sit back, and we're gonna put a timer on this. So
now I was rubbing him on the way here down the middle of his spine, and that one shoulder towards you got extremely hot.
Okay. I think he has a pinched nerve potentially.
It's a circulation deal.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we're gonna go live for Igor's PEMF appointment tonight. We're with Kline. Times in the jug and just in the group pen, and he has some constricted muscles on the front end. We're not 100% sure if it's joint ill. The dogs are here to help us, so just kind of enjoy and learn. I know some of you were curious about this process.
So this basically, here's my machine here. This is the pulsed electromagnetic field. This is the machine that does this. Basically, here's my machine here. This is the pulsed electromagnetic field. This is the machine that delivers the therapy. I have it on now. There are copper coils in this pad here, and it's got a like a magnetic field strength that delivers the pulsing sensation into the pad. So really what it does is it just kind of fires it just fires the cells and just helps with cell metabolism and circulation. You think of it as taking like a dead cell phone and recharging it to make it healthy and make it workable again. This is what this technology does, is it just helps push toxins out of the body and increases cell metabolism to make the cells healthy again. So it sounds like a ticking sound that you hear, and that's just the pulsing sensation. I've got him laying on this pad now. This is just kind of a overall whole body part of the session. I will do this for about 20 minutes, and then I will switch to a different accessory on the machine that will deliver.
If you guys have questions, or if you guys have any comments or anything about this, I'm sure that Lene would be glad to answer for you. As you can tell, Igor can't really stand up right now. His muscles are constricted. He had one of these treatments Monday night, and when he left here Monday night, he could straighten both legs for the most part.
Come on, go back.
Dixie really wants to help with the treatment. He left here Monday night, he could straighten both legs for the most part.
Come on, go back.
Dixie really wants to help with the treatment. In 2020, that had an injury. She fell in between the feeder and a wall and cut open her leg and got infection in the joint of her knee. And we actually did a surgery with a vet and packed the joint with antibiotics as they recommend and all those things. And it just didn't help a whole lot. So I reached out to Lene and asked her if she thought she could do anything, and we started working on the lamb, and I think we were probably about 2 or 3 treatments in when she formed an abscess and actually blew the infection out through her leg and was able to recover fully. It was pretty amazing. She has lambs for us now. We still have her in the barn. Her name is Layla. She's Amira's mom if you follow our videos. And she has no limp, no sign of arthritis. And if you've ever dealt with joint ill, you know that most of the time you're going to have a problem with arthritis if you deal with joint ill. if you guys have questions at all about this treatment, please reach out and ask. This was something that I at first thought, oh, there's no way that this will work for anything. It's just, you know, some kind of silliness, and copper tubes and electromagnetic fields, how can they help? And I'm telling you, I held Layla for several of her treatments because she was a larger lamb and not a bottle lamb, and it makes your muscles feel amazing. So I highly recommend that. If you guys would just send us a like or a comment to let us know you're here. It's great to see people hopping on here and watching along with us. The other situation that we've really enjoyed this for is when we go to a show, a long haul type show especially. If you can do a PEMF treatment after you get there, your animal is going to be more relaxed and probably more likely to stay on feed, stay on water, do all the things that you need a lamb to do, or any show animal really at a show. I would guess it works for just about any mobility issue.
Yeah,
So
it's really good for reducing stress, just long trailer rides. They get sore. It helps with swelling and inflammation. I've been doing this for, 3 years now, and I'm yet to find an animal or a person that does not enjoy having it done. So I do travel to a lot of shows, specifically livestock shows, and offer this as like a pre-show therapy. I like, a lot of my cattle clients like having it done about 48 hours before they go into the show ring. Again, it really helps strengthen their top line, just relaxes them. They do stand a lot on concrete in barns. So it just kind of helps keep them freed up and helps them with mobility. Just really helps increase their range of motion. So that's really what my livestock clients like it for. With horses, it's a lot of the same thing, but with horses you have a lot of other interferences that can cause soreness with horses. So it's really good for them when they get arthritic, years of being ridden, maybe incorrect saddle fit. Those types of things can also cause them to have different issues, and of course you have to address those issues. PMF is not a cure-all or a fix-all, but it does help with a lot of pre and post performance stress. And again, this is also something what I do. I don't treat or diagnose. I'm not a vet. I'm not a doctor. I just provide sessions. I will never diagnose or prescribe anything as far. And once that's at the point, a lot of times I will know more specifically what kind of an issue we're dealing with. But I'm not treating anything. I'm just helping some of the common ailments of some of these animals. Situations like this are a little bit more unique and different because they do require more. And every animal, every situation is different. I've provided sessions on specific animals with issues up to 8 or 10 times before really getting them over the issue that they're having. Sometimes it just takes 1 or 2. So all of them are different.
you might notice that Igor is starting to move around a little bit more, and I would attribute that to his body's starting to relax. He's really struggling with a lot of constriction on that front end and having a lot of trouble getting up. So just seeing him even walking on his knees is a good thing. While we're kind of working through this first half of the treatment, I don't know if you've had a chance to catch the video yet or not, but we released a video this afternoon with our exciting barn news. We were presented with an opportunity. Earlier this week, we saw an ad for some mature rams that were being sold by Beatty Club Lambs, and I'm sure that most of you that are lamb people know who Beatty Club Lambs are. We were able to pick up Bullpen today, and he will be coming to our barn, and he should be here soon. I'm not exactly sure. We don't have transportation 100% worked out. He is a buck that we do intend to collect some semen on and watch for information on that, because we likely will have some to offer for sale. Bullpen is bred Green Line times Monique. And Monique, if you don't know who she is also Silver Fox's dam. And I think Silver Fox's record speaks for itself. So we're super excited to have that guy come into the barn. When we got back into blackface ewes this fall, when we bought some bred ewes, we were kicking around what we were going to do to breed those back, and I think we've settled that debate and have really solidified our buck lineup, so we're excited about that. Thanks everybody that's stopping by. If you have any questions about PEMF, please ask while we're here. Would love to answer those questions for you. Lene talked a little bit about not being a vet or any of those things, and I want to say the same thing too. I am not a vet. This is barn experience. I would never pretend to be able to diagnose your animal. With this lamb, he is one that is structurally good enough that we want to give him every chance that we can. So as we treat him for joint illness or for potential joint illness, we wanted to do this as well, just to stimulate any healing that he needs to do from injuries he sustained from being in the jug with a crazy mom.
Also, if you ever want to reach out to me, I do have a Facebook page, Kline Performance Equine, Equine and Bovine Therapy. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, but I'm a little bit more active on my Facebook page, so you can like and follow along with me on there. So,
and I will, when I post this on YouTube, when I post the replay on YouTube and share that with everyone, I will make sure that I include a link to Lene's Facebook page. We are located in north central Indiana, but she does do some traveling. So feel free to reach out to her. She may know people in your area too, or reach out to me and I can tell you more about what we've seen from this. Obviously, Igor is just really being punished. He's really struggling to endure all this attention. So you can tell that it just completely relaxes the animals, and they're happy to have this done. It's like the best massage ever for them. But you can see, if you paid attention when we first started the video, his legs were way back underneath him, and he's relaxed now, and they're kind of out more in front where they sort of should be. But for the most part, he likes to keep them pulled up underneath him. But where else can you go other than Indiana for livestock treatment in a living room on a couch?
I also like to just, I do a lot of massage, hands-on. In his situation, it is a little bit more difficult to do a lot of the hands-on massage that I do, but I do try to kind of keep my hands on them and just kind of work their muscles as much as I can. It just really helps with circulation and just kind of getting the blood flowing down into their legs. Just really kind of helps boost the PMF where we need it. So that's why I'm just, just keep moving my hands and just kind of rubbing on his shoulders. So.
The other appointment he had on Monday, we noticed when she was doing this that his body will actually get really hot when his circulation increases, and it's kind of
And he hasn't tonight.
a weird, phenomenal way. He did get really hot once on the way here. Veronica was rubbing his back.
I was rubbing right between his shoulders and on the other shoulder.
And he got really
And
hot
his back
once.
just kind of like this and oof.
Yeah.
So if anybody out there knows exactly why they get really hot like that, other than just circulation, that would be interesting to know. Oh, he's going to try and jump out of the way now because he thinks he can walk. I need to share this video out to a few people because I'm going to be in trouble in a little bit because I didn't send this to my daughter. So bear with me while I share this video, guys.
I'm gonna switch attachments.
Okay, so she's disconnecting the pad now, and she's gonna use some tubes that I believe do the same thing, don't they, Lene?
Yeah, this is just it just delivers the PMF to a different part of their body. The pad is more of an overall, just kind of helps just an overall part of their body. These loops here have, it's just a more intense part of the coil. So I will just kind of place these over his body, and it's just more, Dixie quit. It's just a little bit more focused in an area. So. And I've got my timer on, just kind of helps me keep track of how much time we've spent on this, and just kind of gives me an idea where we're at. So.
Igor's gathering a fan club while we work on him. We got a couple dogs, a couple kids. It's just a wholesome Friday night in
If I would have known
Indiana.
I was going to be on TikTok Live, I probably would have been dressed better and wouldn't have drank a big glass of wine.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. We're not that we're not that TikTok famous.
The bibs and coat is 3 times too big.
Yeah.
I can't move in. I said she can just play that song. Oompa, oompa.
Yeah.
As I'm walking around the barn.
Once you get all the bibs and stuff on and have to climb gates. Speaking of climbing gates, we wired that wrong.
It's all together though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well, there we go.
I unwired it and fixed it today. We don't want to climb it anymore.
Nobody was out, so there we go. It was all together.
Oh, Oakley, he's coming. He's coming over to you.
He needs a head rub.
Maybe he's gonna lay down there and.
Maybe he's just trying to get the wipes.
Yeah.
He might need a shower.
There you go, Oakley. Mommy's helper.
Oh, this feels good.
Yeah, it would feel good, wouldn't it? This is a very non-invasive treatment too. Obviously, it's safe and effective, or I wouldn't recommend it. You can see how relaxed the lamb is, and he's so tense all the time. So I really appreciate having this as an option for treatment, because sometimes when you just feel like you don't have anything else to do for a lamb, it's just nice to be able to make them comfortable.
He wants to come over there and lay down with you, doesn't he?
He kind of dive bombed. He's kind of used to curling up in somebody's lap when he... We've been doing heating pad treatments at home in the in-between time, so he lays in my lap with a heating pad for about a half an hour a couple times a day. So he's probably looking for his lap to lay in. He doesn't know he's not a lap dog. But the good news is we remembered a diaper today, girls.
I see that. You can see there how the pulsing is moving his muscles. And here, you know, with him, I am actually pulsing him higher at a more intense, just a higher intensity. Just because we are working on limbs. I wouldn't normally pulse an animal at this intensity. For just a basic, like, an overall session. I do kind of change my intensity levels throughout the session. Pearl.
And I know that these machines are things that people can buy, but Lene, do you want to take a minute and tell people about school?
Oh, I started equine massage in the summer of 2014, and I've just kind of picked away at it. I've just grown. I just keep taking classes. I learn as much as I can, as much as time allows, and then between taking care of these little girls, why don't you guys sit down here, please? And I always say that I started working on cattle by accident. I had a client contact me. They were the guy's daughter actually had a horse that I worked on. This was before I had the PMF. And he had a steer that was getting ready to go to a big show and had gotten tangled up in a rope or something, and he was begging me to just come try massaging the steer. And I was like, I just didn't know. So I was like, well, I'm not going to promise anything. So I went and I spent an hour and a half working on this steer. And by golly, he moved out nice. He just came out of what he had going on, and he ended up placing second in his class. And then the next spring I had someone else come in, hey, I hear you work on cattle. And I thought, oh, I don't know, you know, so it just kind of took off from there. And then in early 19, I added the PMF because I was my business was just growing. I kept, you know, I've taken a lot of chiropractic courses, and of course legally I can't do chiropractic on animals, but just to kind of just get familiar with just more education. And so my whole business just kind of morphed into adding the PMF, and I just kind of just keep growing with it. And so that's how I kind of got the PMF going, and now I work on all kinds of critters. So
I just think it's really important before you start looking at machines and just laying things on your animals that you really understand the anatomy and the structure and how they're reacting, and so make sure you take that into mind as you think about whether or not it's something you want to take on your own. I know with the sheep especially, a lot of us think that we can do everything on our own because it's so expensive to take the sheep to the vet, but there are some therapies that you're gonna get a lot of benefit from someone that has more knowledge than you have, and this is one that I wouldn't try and do on my own.
There are a lot of different brands of this PMF. If you've ever heard
On my own.
There are a lot of different brands of this PMF. If you've ever heard of Equipulse or MagnaWave, it's all PEMF, which is pulse electromagnetic field therapy. When you hear MagnaWave, that's just the brand of this therapy. I specifically am all Pulse Equine. I chose them. I just liked their stuff, the company. I liked their machines, the delivery of the pulse, everything that went with it. So everybody wants to associate this with MagnaWave, which it is, but it's just a different brand. So there are therapists and people that do this all over the place. Some do it kind of just on the side and focus mostly on just using it for personal use, and then you have others that do it strictly as a business. So I do it a lot as a business. I do use it for personal reasons as well. My husband and I both use it on ourselves, but it's primarily for my business. So I travel around a lot. I've been to a lot of big stock shows throughout the country. I travel to different stock shows throughout the year as I can, but I also I compete with my own horses, so I travel with those as well. So, but yeah, I do travel around a lot. So, girls, hey, go.
I will say, guys, if Igor comes around and gets back to
Go.
his cute little self that he was when he was first born, he is going to be a very tame show lamb for some young individuals. So I see that we have one that joined that comments pretty frequently. Trenton, good to see you. This is Igor, our back to business weather. I know you've asked about the back to business use. And he has been stepped on, so his mom wasn't the calmest lady in the jug, and she got him a couple times, and we're thinking he has a pinched nerve and he may have a touch of joint ills. We're treating him with antibiotics, and right now he's at a PEMF appointment. So I am going to post this to my YouTube channel later tonight so that you guys can watch the whole appointment if you want to learn about it. Oh, I hope he gets better too, because he may very well have the best pin set I've ever seen born in my barn. Yeah, you, buddy. You might. Yeah, we love it too. We especially love it at shows. What do you use it for? He is, and he is the sweetest guy.
Stop.
You can tell Lene's a mom. She's multitasking quite well. She's got
Giving the mom look.
she's trying so hard to keep the kids under control, and I'm way closer to the grandma end of things. So
Go away.
So I think it's kind of funny. We're currently avoiding Nellie in the photo. She's struggling with her sweatshirt. She got warm.
You're telling me you're not lying.
I was having a little trouble with my reception out here, so you might be.
I mean, you were a little bit ago, but I went back on it. It's not, you're not there no more.